Welcome back to the third unscripted, uncut, uninterrupted recording of what I could call Factorio Space Age, the biggest DLC that I have ever played. Mm, well, we were about to enable or to seek to enable the production of chips. Chips is something that is very troublesome because it is required forever and ever and in large quantities. So, in that regard, chips are your friends and they open up a lot of possibilities. Like, it's not just the grind, to make the next more complex object just because. I don't know why. I just decide. I just felt like this needs to grip with the thoughtless. Um, how can I call it? Absurd gaming industry that sometimes makes things like clickers and that kind of thing. It's like what? Just bigger numbers? What? 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 Yeah, it's left me the bad kind of impressed. So the question is, where do we want to lead this copper to? For now, I think that we're gonna try to put it into an internal stream, like the gears. And so I don't think they're gonna share the gears path because I believe that to make chips we require also iron plates. Something like this. I guess I can put this one here and this one here and this one. That's it there. Why do we make double of this? Because this is the main consumer of copper. What is new here? Oh, the ability to repair things. This is amazing. Like, it's a lot of power in just one thing. Like a little item that makes all the difference, especially in combat. Like, in combat, I would say it's the one time it shines. I don't know what else to use it for. Okay, so let's check how power is doing because we have been adding a. We have been adding. How can I call this? New processors, manufacturers, machines. Like, think about the amount of use that are working out there. Five. So that's like 2.5 use more. I think that's the rate of production of these machines. Let me verify it. Yeah, crafting speed 0.5. That's right there on the right hand. Anything I point at, the information that we're looking at is on the right hand more often than not. So we're okay with power, right? Like we're still halfway through. Okay, so now we have these two things which generate the wiring that we're gonna use where? She seems a little bit silly, but okay. So now we go underground again. We make a couple of these, a couple of these. Oh yeah, I wanted to have that. And here we'll produce the chips. There we go. And we need some power poles. And they do require metal and wiring. So now we got the chips going. We are one item short of being able to do the green research items, which is this inserter. We already produced iron plates, iron gears, and we have just set up the production of circuits. So iron plate, iron gear, and circuits all seem to be well located in here. Okay. So that's that. We have successfully fed iron plates, iron gears, and chips to the hand producer, inserter producer. Now, what are we gonna do with this? We have to use also the, how can I call this? Transporter band. So, we have to get those two outputs together into a research thingy. I would say that I think I want to send it upwards so that the research is located closer to the edge, top edge. So I have this option to use the same type of arm that we used over there. Voila. And now we go underground. Statics damped. Static speed damped. Just 1 second. There we go. And now let's do this. Like, we don't want to go underground again. I mean, we can do it here. The main idea would be to not mess with the pattern in case we need to. Okay, so that's that. We're gonna need to raise our mineral production because this is a hungry world. In this particular case, we did not buffer anything other than the input materials. Well, and the output, in this case, the green pack. Oh, no, 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 no. I just saw something. I want to do it differently. Okay, so right now we're seeing a low input material situation, and that's why this is mostly quiet, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and address that in a minute. What we were doing is that we were resetting the processor to this location because I thought it would be more consistent with pattern, and I kind of like the way we fix things here, so I wanted to do the same for green. You know, that's the beautiful thing about Factorio. You can do you, and it's okay. So there we go. Oh, I don't have the research yet. See, let me. How is that doing? Very little per minute. We're almost there. It's a good thing we're not sitting there looking at it, you know. I'm just gonna make sure. Oh yeah, all reds are laid in. Time is running out, guys. So that's that. The transporter band and the little inserter things are apparently okay. We just need to increase the input. Okay, it seems okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happens to those weapons on the frontier. Good thing we have this box here, which is going to help us go fight a war. Oh, a big improvement, a machine gun, not a pistol. It's time to get rid of these guys. The main reason why it's time to get rid of these guys is because we want to expand of mining operations. And we will enter a situation of them consuming, or, well, you know, what if we try to manage them? You see, the bottom proposition surrounding the idea of managing them is that they're gonna what does this say about it? Current evolution factor 0.03. Max possible health at evolution factor 1. And what's affect evolution factor? Captive biter spawner. Capture bot rocket. Wow, I don't know what they're talking about. I mean, all of this comes from, I guess, the living, the planet that has life forms on it. That is not this one. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. The big worm is the life form, right? So the main thing is that if we want to engage in any sort of sustained combat, we need to ensure that our production has more metal, and that means we have to risk a higher chance of attack by increasing our extraction. Right now we might not need this stone, so I'm gonna take a loan of this digger. I'm sorry, I just don't like to carry stone around. Certain either would you? There we go. Sorry for that. Now let's go back and make sure this is placed on its place. Right now we want steel, so we're gonna do something like this. I am certain that increasing... Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. Let's focus on steel right now. And can we do more bullets? We have a slightly better armor now. So additional iron is coming into the system. And about 1/3 of our production goes to red, one and chips. 1/3 of our production goes to right now. We should also build weapons. That's what I'm gonna use this for. Okay, some more iron. The only buffers are the pads. Not inside. Outside, these are the boxes. The reason for having no buffers in here is, I mean, other than the pads, is that um, we want to minimize the resource sinks. That is where something accumulates a lot of material and does not really do something like very useful. Yeah, we're ready to start producing the green science packs. And when I say we're ready, I mean we are ready. There we go. I might not want to give this guy these things. And I may want to keep a few of these. Okay, so green started producing. Now let's do the hand-in-hand thing. I can do the better ones. What should I do? What should I do? One more box, I guess. It's what's up. Okay, so now we make red. Now we make green on top of red. Let's wait for yours to accumulate a few green before starting research with it. While we think what we want. Better weapons is an option, but it's too expensive to make. Grenades is not a bad idea. Early on they're powerful, I guess. Assembly machines capable of fluid ingredients. It's good, opens up possibilities, is absolutely necessary to progress. Filler to gain what will be water terrain for my own. Advanced material processing, better furnaces. Circuit network, this is very powerful. Engine. Everything is good. I am particularly vulnerable for solar power. I think it's very good. You know, even if it's only during daytime, you get to work without burning anything. Obviously, like, it's not, we're not even started. We're not going to go for weapons. And that's okay, because we need 250, so it's gonna take a while. What would I like to do now? Take a quick look at that. Very high. Let's transform the setup. Yes, we want that much, but not that much, you see? We're gonna do like... something like this. This ensures that we have a significant amount of coal, which is still needed and will be needed for a while. Bronze, so that we don't go to zeros. And 3 times as much iron. Well, no, actually we have kind of an average between bronze and iron, so that means we're going to run an excess bronze and too little iron real soon. So we'll add another one. We're setting it on the edge so that it kind of like cuts the patch in a neat, tidy manner that helps us later down the road to orderly exploit them. How's power doing? 700. Still 200 below the limit. This consumed quite a bit of power, about 100. So right now we're about 100 below the limit. So we're gonna go ahead and build another steam engine. I think that there's only 2 engines that you can chain together in a single oven. 60 per second steam. 30 per second. Yeah. Oven produces 60. Engine consumes 30. How's coal doing? Not as well as we would expect. We would want it to. But I guess, I mean, this is because we are, I don't think this is the rate of consumption. Well, that does explain why this is not getting better. So, well, we at least got a dedicated coal producer now. That's not something we could count on before. Let's take a quick look in here. That's what this one is good for. I'm sorry, this button right here. Instead of looking at iron, let's look at coal. It does seem that we are consuming more than what we're producing. So we're gonna have to add yet another drill. Which reminds me, how soon are we gonna get those bullets going? Faster the better, guys. It's a good thing I've got this. This is one of those situations where the buffer gets clogged. We just stop the intake to the buffer, let it process it. We can simply duplicate the ovens on the other side. And we can increase the number of ovens, like in parallel, and then gather up their input. 3 for 1, I would say. But right now, let's focus on that we have more material, not on how to handle that additional material. And let's produce what we know is necessary, which is the bullet industry. Bullet industry is nice because it only takes iron. You don't have to do anything fancy. I don't know if I am gonna have a road back all the way there. So I'm just gonna do a bullet box. Now in this same lane of production, we're gonna have, oh no, we can't because we need coal. No, for now that's it. Next thing is that we have to produce I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the little bar and seeing its behavior. I'm wondering how bad it is to just let it like stay stuck. I guess that at some point the problem might be that the inadequate resources like here, it cannot pick anything. That's what I could see as a problem. So if I had more of this, it could work. But this is gonna, I mean, for now, not moving it through. I know I just increased the input quite a bit and that I'm tempting chaos with this. So I am gonna go ahead and take the bullets I've got, which are none. Damn. We have no buffer to consume, guys. Like here. We're gonna require more ovens very soon. So let's go, guys. We have to go fight. Jesus Christ. No, we're not gonna take them on. It's too many. It's gonna take a while. Let's build a little light. So that we don't have much time left. Bullet wise, it's everything. When you're running home, try to run through bands. They actually make it faster. How many greens do we have? 27. You know what I could do? I could perhaps build red hands and kind of do the same thing. Use filters. Black, blue. Copy. Actually place the thing. Now steel plates again. It's alike but different. You know what feels like a good idea right now? Expanding this. Kind of like cut it a little bit, just enough. There we go. And then there is this other gigantically useful function of the splitters. You can take two rows and combine them. One on one. Very fair. So that's what we can see the functionality. I mean, there's a still flow. Being in a larger range prevents a single color from dominating. The ovens are taking from both rows, so if there's no available pieces in one row, it will try to take for the next. Right now, this is without it, but this is a big red chunk that is sitting there. Look at that, it has a different speed movement. It's faster on the inside. I think that we should perhaps increase the number of orange ovens, copper ovens. How are we doing here? 120 stored, and here 40. Okay, we still need a little bit of way to go. How many bullets have we been able to make? 24. Oh, not many, but better than none. Let's try it now. Hey guys. You must not step on the goo. It continues to hurt you. It's like acid on the floor. Yay. We managed. Have no bullets. I don't think we have enough bullets. No, we do. Can you picture that with a pistol? And 10 bullets? You should with spacebar if you have not figured that out so far. Yay! We got rid of our neighbors. Damn. Not sure how to feel about this. But anyhow, operations are secured. We leave a turret even when we think there won't be any problems. We will restructure the power so that it comes all the way from here, starting at its height, like this. Okay, and then we see if we can do of this. No, we need more steel bars. Now that we have stopped being in direct overt conflict, let's see what we can do. For now, I'm gonna stop the bullets because I need some steel bars. I'm getting at least the production of that one. That's good enough. Also, perhaps it's not a problem of... Oh yeah, it's a problem of everything. But anyhow, let's go ahead and see how the map is doing. You can tell that our pollution is getting worse by the day. We're already up to 30 plus 20, 66. I'm sorry, 56. I'm sorry, 52. 53. Unfortunately, we have yet to kill flora. These guys were absorbing some of it, but that's it. They're gone. This is the problem, really. The rest of the infrastructure barely makes up the other half. This is 11 plus 9, 20. This is 36, almost 12. 2 times the remaining sources of pollution. Now, these guys that live over here are far enough for them not to be a problem. And right now, it's just a matter of efficiently using the resources to produce science, as we would like to continue doing. Now, How is power doing? Fast. It's doing way fast with coal. We're gonna do this thing. Where we change the dynamics. Okay. So right now we have the situation where we have the buffer full, a lot of production coming. We can just stop that. But we, rather than just stopping it, we would like to know how to better manage it. As from what I can see, we have this problem that we could perhaps manage. Okay, you see what's going on here? Yeah, we can manage it like this. In the very short term, of course. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's it. So one side makes rounds, the other makes iron and coal. Now, one good thing about this is that this is not actually a problem, you guys, because this guy is fucking Superman. You just tap at the crossroads, press F, and that's it. You pick everything up yourself. That's it. No more hassle. That's one of the things I like about buffers. You can just clear them with just an F and walking by. Up until you get to the part where the resources are laid out in the way you want them to. There we go. Something like this. And all we have to do is, like, you know, put that into box and you are fully reset. This is more like our new rhythm. So what can I do? What can I do? For now, I'm gonna make an oven, a couple of ovens, and start processing this I'm carrying. I'm gonna build another drill for coal. I'm gonna do those here. This guy, I only want him to pick fuel. Not you, you. Okay. Okay, so we will take care of the bronze in here. This take fuel, and in a little bit, oh well, let's see if we get some iron bars down here. No need for chips. Hey, look at that, there's a buffer there. Thank you. There we go. No, I hate those. I try not to use cold technology, so it's like, nah. Yes, I know that I'm saying that while I'm pulling coal off the ground for my guys. Don't bug me. Okay. So that's that. What's next, guys? I don't know. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at technology. 165 in storage. 84. Okay, still waiting. Give him something or something so I can do faster. What's stopping this guy? Like iron bars? Okay, let's try this one for a while. Like, let's call it peacetime configuration. Okay, we can tell now that there are more iron plates getting to this guy, which was a necessity. And with that, we have an increase on the number of hands made, which seems to be a very fast task. Let's store the pipes. Why am I carrying pipes? I'm not handling fluids. I don't think I'm going to be handling the bricks either. The rest seem plausible. Okay, so now this one is actually producing. Now we have a few inserters stuck in here. Let's hope this speeds up the process. One of the main core functionalities of these research stations is you need to have one research bottle of each type of research ingredient. So every research lab that wants to contribute to the current effort needs to have, let's say, in the next stage, red and green bottles, not just red bottles. So if you have 100 red bottles, if you have a whatever of 100, that's going to be like costs for all types of research flasks. I'm just bringing this up because they have to be fed to the same place. The way I'm thinking of doing this is creating more of these little thingies and chaining them together so that they pass along the research things. And the other thing is that I would like to move this a bit further back. Something like this. But now we have to connect them, you see? And we have to connect them with more of this. So what we're gonna do is reduce bronze because it's saturating us. What? How can it be so little? I'm confused now. Okay, single line can be a problem, as you can see. At least I got real boxes now. So I think the best thing would be to increase the number of ovens, and we should be golden, like double them, triple them. This should be easy. I mean, we only have 4. We would like to make 8 more. We just need to pick up a bit of stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 2. Okay, 8. Awesome. So how does this work? Like this. Nope, we can't do it like this. Space considerations. You catch my drift? Let's go. Oh yeah, this is good. We also have to make that upgrade sometime. The sooner the better. There we go. So that one actually clears it from I'm sorry, I just got distracted or focused as you prefer. So there we go. We have increased the number of ovens. Now we have to connect them to the rest of the setup. Okay, getting there, getting there. Right now we have a shortage of steel. Again, we just clear the cache. Okay, there we go. We have a power distribution problem that we'll have to address at some point. But anyhow, the ones that do work should be getting steel axe. Oh, that's because I made enough. So right now the problem is, being a little bit stuck with resources, but this is gonna go ahead and fix itself over time. We just have to, be careful with the usage of what we've got, and we will be able to make it through as with anything in life. There we go. It's a good thing this are done in pairs. Oopsie. Seems to have disconnected everything from the power network. There we go. So that's that. We have the ovens. And now the thing we want to do is to concentrate the output of the ovens. So that 3 feed 1 so for example here and here and here and here and here and here, and now we do also nice of you to do that. There we go. We have successfully fixed the iron input. Yay! For peacetime, yay! We obviously have too much bronze, but that's okay. I can just stop it. Okay, so we should be golden now. The rate of production and consumption has changed. We can see now that the number of bronze is going to be reduced thanks to the fact that we're consuming it more and that we are only getting a fraction of it in the input. I could just take in all that big string, but I will just let it pass. I mean, in the end, we do use it, and we have increased the rate of usage for it as well. I mean, it has a limit. There we go. Now we're gonna do one of this so that the road is better used. This is one of those times where you want to stack the input in a way that you can use both lanes. There we go. Now let's store this coal. Let's make sure that down there we are okay. Yes, full coal. We might want to do another of those. You know, double stack. There we go. We are gonna add more buffer to the bronze chest so that this happens less. definitely to improve that electrical network. I don't know when, but it'll happen. Don't lose faith. Ooh. Okay, we'll have to cut up this session since we are on our time limit for our virtual computer in GeForce now. So what you can see here is a very straightforward system that is producing red and green solutions. We have a bit of redundancy, having two sources of gears, two sources of wiring, and we have the system that extracts from a provider band the what I would call the relevant resources for that particular string of a, how can I call this, production. We will perhaps include buffer everywhere by ensuring that all smelters have access to a box, not just the first three ones. And well, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna pause it a little bit for here. We'll wrap this up as the intensification of industry of smelting, and we will continue with the next video where we will well, continue to add buffers, connect those two science stations, and make sure that they can like both get their particular scientific production from the boxes and share it. And that'll imply making more of them that helps connect them. That's about it. And see you back in a bit. Bye-bye.